it's so amazing, you know, because talking about food and looking into the blood, you really could say that there's really only one disease, and it sort of manifests itself in many ways. And the kinds of components of ourself which really it can have affected is emotion, cognitive processing, it can affect motor coordination, and so it can affect organs and physical conditions. You could say that really food, Java and life food, comida vida, food, live food is really only about per gram in as far as bacteria is concerned. You can see about 10 microorganisms per gram sort of in live food, about 10 to 50. And in the average meal that includes animal can have up to 750 million microorganisms like this for every gram. And so when a person eats a diet which really just more or less food is coming from a fruit, our body is designed to be able to process that food, and we really do live a long time and a great healthy life, as much as it's possible that someone can be living on live food. So live food really is food that is devoid of animal product and starchy foods primarily, and food which live food is only food which in a semblance of this food can be found growing wild. It's something like you could still find something like that growing wild. So you can't find wheat, you can't find corn, you can't find beans, and these foods really are wreaking havoc on the body, along with flesh foods and dairy. But anyway, a mother who's feeding her infant, if she's on live food, then she's passing on a milk which really is fairly free of these organisms, and otherwise the blood can be laden with the material of that, which can manifest itself in a whole variety of conditions. Certainly our social self and how social we are as children is evidence quite a bit of the ability that somebody has to be able to be social in life, because at the very root of our whole energy and motion can be various things that occurred where there was control over us as children, and controlling parents can have been aloof because of their own sort of emotional, physical condition as a result of foods eaten. Those foods can have such powerful pathogenic substances like fungus in it. Corn has about 27 strains of fungus alone. Peanuts have about 26, and rye and grains produce ergot, which ergot lysergic acid comes from. It's just tiny little microdots of that can have affected a person intensely as a neurotoxin. But there's so many neurotoxins in the starch foods and organisms that come from flesh and dairy, and there can be up to 150 to 300 million microorganisms in dairy, and fish, of course. There can be many millions of microorganisms per gram in fish. And so when people eat those foods, their blood becomes laden, which can easily be seen under some very sophisticated microscopes, like with a dark field and bright field microscopy. And then with television imaging, they're being able to blow those images up a lot more to see, because they can put it on a huge screen. And so then lots of things become a lot more apparent with this sort of technology as you're looking at blood and mother's milk. So it's so amazing We're going to be right back. This is Dr. David Jubb. This is the Universe Inside Our Mind. Stay tuned for some more exciting information coming up.